Hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. For some of you, it might be late night. For some of you, it might be daytime. But just wanted to do a quick live stream. Like it's been a long time that we have done any live stream. So yeah, that's why we are doing it. Let me know if you are able to see my screen, if you are able to hear my audio perfectly, and if you have joined, let me know from where have you joined. And yeah, we can have some nice ask me anything session on cloud and DevOps or anything, any question that you might have in particular. So let me know once you are here. I see, because it might be like most of my subscriber are from India and it might be late night for you guys. But if you have joined, so yeah, please quickly introduce yourself in the comment section and we can have a good 1 hour session starting from now. Okay, so we have few people joined. Madhup Pandey, hello Madhup. Jai Shri Ram, how are you? Hello Abuzar, how are you? I'm doing well, thank you. Hello Kapulo Prithvi. Okay, awesome. Hello Cylon. Hello Ganesh. Hello Chandresh Panchal. So yeah, we do have a few people joined. Let me see. Yeah, we have around 20 people uh, joined already. Yeah, because we did not announce this stream also, I just started it randomly, and it's as I've told you, it might be late for some of you, so thank you for joining, like whoever is still awake. uh Sandy, hello Sandy. Such long nights, it's not gonna be long. Yeah, I'll wrap up it like next 40-50 minutes. But yeah, if you are awake, yeah, that's good, that's good to know. Um, Hamza is asking which series next. Hamza, I'm still working on it. I've started a poll on LinkedIn and YouTube, and I'm getting kind of mixed reviews, mixed requests. Many people have requested Terraform series. So it, like, the based on the responses I'm getting, it could be either Terraform with AWS or Terraform with Azure. Although many people are requesting Terraform with AWS, but I personally feel Terraform with AWS has already a lot of content available, like free content, paid content, content on Udemy. Like there is a whole bunch of content creators that have created content around AWS and Terraform. So I'm still skeptical about whether should I go with Terraform with AWS or Terraform with Azure. So yeah, let me figure that out soon, and then yeah, so it's gonna be on Terraform definitely, because I've been getting a lot of requests for Terraform these days, but I'm still figuring out whether it's gonna be AWS or Azure. I've given the option for GCP as well, but seems like there are not many people who have requested it. So I am keeping that aside for now, maybe in future. Yeah. Hello Tendai, how are you? Okay, we have Ganesh is asking, I recently came across your channel. You are a true legend, really helpful in upskilling journey. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much, Ganesh. This means a lot. Feedback and comments like these means a lot. I truly appreciate you taking out time in joining the stream and providing such valuable feedback. Thank you so much. Are you for any announcements? And it's just like, I have been busy with a lot of personal stuff these days, so I'm not getting time to publish any video or do the live stream these days. That is why I thought now I had some time, so maybe I thought I'll just quickly go live and see what everyone's is doing in everyone, if anyone has any question or so. And yes, the reason why I have not been active so much these days after the CK series is because I have you know I I've become father again, so I have a newborn at home, and I'm spending most of the time with him and with my family nowadays. So that is why there is not many videos that you see these days. But I'll be back soon. I'll be back with some new series. As I've said, it's gonna be on Terraform or like whatever it is. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Okay. Kopulo, yes, that's what we were discussing. Next Hero Zero to Hero series will be coming up soon. I'll start preparing the content in a day or two probably. You will see that from you will see some announcement in coming few days. Hello, Ogbona Emmanuel. Um, Thank you for joining. I hope you're doing well. Brother, I am fresher IT business analyst at a mid-sized company and want to get into DevOps. Will I get an entry-level job in DevOps or cloud since I won't be having any prior technical experience? Richard, yes, definitely. I'm not sure if that is your if I'm it's okay. So yeah, Richard, definitely if you upskill yourself, if you create some good projects, if you showcase your projects on GitHub blogging platforms, and if you create some valuable um, repositories out of it, definitely there are chances you will get a job even if you are a fresher in cloud or DevOps. I have seen a lot of people that have already gotten the job, entry level job in cloud and DevOps, based on what they have learned, based on what they have created. Make sure you do the networking with the folks. You will see some announcements on LinkedIn or Twitter. People have been sharing their journey. That I have been let I got a job as a DevOps intern or a DevOps associate or a cloud intern, whatever. So reach out to those people. Those people are the one who can provide you the best guidance because they are the one who have recently gone through that process. So reach out to them, ask them what worked out for them, what did not work out, what should be your strategy for job hunting and upskilling yourself, right? And that should be the way to go. I was talking to one of my friend whom I know from Twitter. So he was from a college. He was like he's still a college student into a final year of his engineering, and he got a good DevOps intern job while studying. So I asked him, like many people are, still figuring out how to get a starting or how to get an entry level job in cloud and DevOps. What did you do that those people are not doing? So he told me that he cold emailed around 400 people. Out of those, he got reply from around 10-15, and out of those only 3 people were able to secure him an interview, right? And one of the interview got him a job. So that's what it takes. If you keep on applying the jobs from different portals, LinkedIn and it won't really help you much because everyone is doing the same. So you have to reach out to the people who are hiring. These could be these could be recruiters, these could be hiring managers, team leads. So whoever could have a potential opening in their team could help you with the referral, or maybe could help you with providing you the required information, right? So do all these things and definitely you will get a job, but you have to you have to stand out from the crowd. You have to do a lot of upskilling. You have to do all those things that we have discussed, right? Your CK is the best on YouTube. Thank you so much, Madhup. It really means a lot. Thank you. Suni, hello. Suni, I'm good. How are you? Hamza CKD. Yes, Hamza, definitely. I'm gonna plan it soon as well. CKD is also is one of my to-do list action items. So yes, I'll do that. Hello Neeraj, how are you? Thanks for joining. Terraform with Azure is good. Please do with Azure. Sure, Madhup. I'll try my best to do Terraform with Azure. That's what I have told. CKD, okay. Terraform with Azure. I am getting quite confused. Hello, Chandresh. I'm getting quite confused in OKE. Will you be able to help on that? OKE, is it Oracle Kubernetes Service? I'm really not sure what that is. Let me see. OKE is. Yeah, it's Oracle Kubernetes Service. Okay. So, you know, we have different Kubernetes installations. So if you have followed my series, I have explained in one of the video that when you work on Kubernetes is what? Kubernetes is an open source container orchestration platform, right? It's an open source, so that means anyone can fork the Kubernetes repository and create a managed service out of it. Because this is open source, you have to do a lot of tasks by yourself and you have to self manage it. That means you have to do the installation on yourself or by yourself. You have to do the node maintenance, many other activities you have to take care of yourself, including upgrade, installation, backup, restore, and a lot of other things, right? But what these cloud providers are doing, they create a fork of this Kubernetes repo and they add some features on top of it, right? So those features help you manage your Kubernetes cluster in a better way, in more effectively and more efficiently, right? So you can do a cluster upgrade in just one click. You can schedule it, or you can opt for auto upgrade. You can have features such as cluster autoscaler. You can have a feature of node auto provisioning. There are many other features that comes with a managed cloud service such as OKE. So OKE is another alternative of GKE, which is Google Kubernetes Service, AKS, which is Azure Kubernetes Service, EKS, which is Elastic Kubernetes Service. So Oracle has a similar offering, which is Oracle Kubernetes Service. So it's a managed Kubernetes service. It comes with some extra cost because running a Kubernetes cluster does not include any cost other than the infrastructure that you use to provision the cluster. But OKE or any other managed Kubernetes service comes with an extra cost because of the extra services that they provide on top of Kubernetes. So that's basically what it is. Let me know if you have any question on that. You are better than other YouTube, I guess, content creator. I'm really not sure about that, and let's not do that comparison. Everyone is doing their best to support the community. Everyone is doing their best to provide the education in whatever possible way they can. So let's support everyone, whoever you think has helped you in a way or another. Please make K8 K8 specific that your specialty better CKAD. Yes, Sandy, definitely that's what I do. I try to stick with what I'm good at, what I'm currently working, but at the same time, I want to make sure that this is what my viewers or subscribers need, right? If I create something, let's say if I create content on Anthos, because Anthos is one of those services that I worked with on daily basis, and there are no viewers or there are no requests for the Anthos content, then it won't be much helpful. Uh, it will be wastage of resources, time, and efforts because no one will watch it. So I want to make sure that I create content on something that I am good at, plus something that people are requesting these days. And the reason why I've added Terraform in that list, because in Google I just not work on Kubernetes, I work on Terraform as well. So yeah, that is why Terraform is in my one of the to-do list item. Rishi, hi Piyush, Kubernetes series is amazing. I have recommended it to my colleagues. Thank you so much, Rishi. Means a lot. Yes, that's the only thing that I expect from anyone or like whoever is watching. If you can, yes, everyone is supporting from their side by doing the like, comment, and if you could share it with your colleagues, your friends, it would be much helpful. The more people know about the series, the more reach it will get, and it will help me reach to the wider audience, and everyone can take advantage of this. So thank you so much for recommending it to your colleagues. I can't see Terraform with an Azure proper playlist. Yes, that's what I felt too. There are a hell lot of content around AWS with Terraform, but we still missing Azure or Azure or GCP content around Terraform. So that's what I'm planning to do. Okay, yes, Hamza, I get it. I understand you have provided the same comment multiple times. So yes, definitely CKD. Thank you. Thank you, Madhub. Thank you for your wishes. Could you please recommend 5 non-beginner AWS project that would be help to someone get a job in solution architect? Um, Dheeraj, definitely, I would say check out the 10 weeks of CloudOps playlist. There are some projects, like the first project is beginner level, but the project from second project onwards, they are more of an intermediate to advanced level project. So check those out. Plus, make sure you read the white papers. It will help you a lot. So let's say if you are preparing for AWS solution architect or just the solution architect role in general. So AWS, Google, Azure, they have amazing white papers that you can go and read, and it will have all the best practices. It will have all the things that you need to know as a solution architect. You know, when I was preparing for my interviews, I referred those and it really helped me. So check those out. If you could just search AWS white papers, you will find a lot of those and see whatever you could learn from. So we have AWS well architected framework, we have security white paper, we have white paper around 3 tier architecture, we have white paper around cost optimization. There are many more, so check those out and it will be really helpful. If you find any difficulty in finding those, or if you have any questions, so feel free to ping me on LinkedIn and I will get back to you. Okay. Cloud Engineer Academy, Sunil, thank you everyone, thank you for your wishes. Really appreciate it, thank you so much. Okay, so your new Google series is enough for what? Hamza, so this series I have created a long time back. It's called Namaste Google Cloud. It has around 22 videos and it aimed at associate cloud engineer certification. Plus, it will be helpful for someone who's a beginner to Google Cloud, or to the cloud itself. So if you are looking for those things, then yes, it will be more than sufficient. But if you are looking for getting a job in Google Cloud, or so it's just the starting point. Okay, let's just say that. Okay. Let's say release a log stack series, EFK, Elasticsearch, Fluent Bit, Kibana. Mustafa, definitely. So I believe some of it was covered. Oh no, it was not covered somewhere. But yes, I mean, you don't need a series for that. Uh, I can cover that in one video. But yes, it's there in my to-do list, and I will definitely create a video on that. Also, can you start a real-time project series after Terraform with Azure? So, Madhup, if you check out the 10 weeks of CloudOps challenge, it has 10 projects, 10 real-time projects, and you can use any cloud of your choice. You can use AWS, Azure, or GCP. So, check those out. And it will have a lot of learning material as well. I have shared a GitHub repo with all the solutions, with all the resources that you can refer. And you know you can people have implemented projects in Azure using those as well. So check that out and let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so just give me a second. Okay, so Ganesh has a question. I was previously working as a Monstack web dev during January to December 2022 for a year. After my BTech, I had to quit due to asthma condition. Now I have time. Okay, Ganesh, I guess your question did not come complete. But yeah, let me know. Okay, I'll see if you have the further question on this. But by the way, I'm sorry about hearing your condition. I hope you are feeling better now, right? Yeah, let me know. Do we see major changes in DevOps tools workflow in 2025, like OpenTofu, Tanzo, more security, and AI assisted integration? So yes, there's gonna be a lot of changes, and there is a lot of changes happening around the tools workflow, especially now that Terraform, and now that we have OpenTofu, and now that Terraform has changed its licenses. Plus, there is a lot of AI integration with every tool that is available. So I believe the core concept or the core principle behind DevOps was to provide faster delivery to the production, small release cycles, small changes, but faster releases to the production. So with this AI assistance, it will help it further improve the workflow. It will help further increasing the cycle rate, how we are deploying to the production, how we are testing the changes, how we are fixing the bugs. It will further enhance that process and it will further improve it. So that's what I feel. There's gonna be, yes, a lot more tools coming. So you would already be seeing a lot of AI based assistance with the tools, GitHub Copilot. With There are many amazing LLMs in the market now. So just definitely it's gonna be somewhat a positive change that we see in the DevOps industry. um I'm not sure what tools will be spearheading this competition in the next few years, because I'm not an expert on predicting the future. No one is. So let's see how it goes. I feel very confident that it's gonna be a good change, and instead of worrying about AI taking away our job, we can spend that time to learn what's coming in the market, right? You teach CK or some. Thank you, Hamza. I want create projects and mock exams. If you have watched the series, you will have a lot of mock exams. So in almost every video, I have provided the task, which is Kubernetes specific, which is CK specific. So if you have completed that, that is your mock exam. Plus the video number 42 has 41 and 42 has project as well as the real time task. So make sure you complete those. Sunil, how do you manage your time being a family man working full time and then YouTube? By all means, appreciate your work. Thank you, Sunil. So it totally it totally depends on the priorities that we have, right? So we have different type of schedule that we follow, right? We have our family time, we have our time for friends, we have time for work, like the 9 to 5 job that we have time to work on our health and so on. And then we have our leisure time. So everyone would have some leisure time, which someone would spend in watching their favorite sport, or watching their favorite TV show, or watching their favorite movies, anything that they love, right? So I have, what I did to manage my time, I have just taken out that time, because I don't compromise with my family time or my time with my friends or the time that I work, because that's my bread and butter, right? So I have taken out the time from my leisure time, from my spare time, and I have utilized that in creating the content and working on all those things that matters to me, because that is what I'm passionate about, that is what I enjoy doing it. If you give me an option to watch the TV or create a video, I would prefer creating the video every single time. So yeah, it's all about priorities. How do you prioritize your time? Everyone would have same 24 hours, but it totally depends on the priorities, how one should be able to prioritize based on their requirements. But thank you for your appreciation. Shubhra is saying thank you for the great informative videos in Azure DevOps and real time project. Can you suggest some more Azure DevOps real time projects with CI CD AKS? Yes, I do have some plans. It's just there is my to do list is growing day by day. So give me some time. Definitely, I'll be creating more real time projects on Azure DevOps, especially around AKS, GitOps with AKS, and things that was not covered till now. So I'll be doing that, right? So yes, one project example is GitOps with AKS. If you can implement that, you can use any sample project from the GitHub repo and use that to implement it. And if you check out the 10 weeks of CloudOps playlist, video number 4 is about GitOps with Kubernetes. So you can implement the same in Azure DevOps. CK projects, yes, I have already answered that. I'm studying for GCP Cloud Engineer. Should I go for other certifications after that, or is that enough for entry level job? So if you are Arijit, if you are a college graduate, if you are someone who's just recently passed out and looking for a job, and you have already done associate cloud engineer certificate, which is associate level certification, that's a good start when it comes to an entry level job. But it's not that difficult to get a certificate, right? And there was a time when you just do the certificate and you will get a job, because there was less competition in the market, but market did not is not the same as of today, right? So what you have to do, you have to go some extra mile, you have to invest some more time in upskilling, plus you have to create some projects on what you have learned. You have to do some real time work, right? So create some projects, maybe use Terraform to create a 3 tier architecture in GCP, um, do end to end CI CD on GCP, create some couple of projects, showcase that in your resume, link it to your GitHub repository, and create the step by step blog out of it. And then it will be more helpful in securing a job. So just don't rely on doing a certification and getting a job out of it, right? So you have to do something else. Okay. Mohammed Benawali, Pulumi training in the future time. Mohammed, just definitely, yes, if there's gonna be a demand, if there'll be a lot of requests, then yes, definitely in the future. Currently, the reason why I'll be working on Terraform series, because for the past couple of months, everyone is requesting Terraform series. So I think that it's a good time that we should fill the gap that is there in the content that is available out there and that is required in the market for you to upskill yourself. So that is why Terraform will be the next series that I'm planning on. But Pulumi, yes, I'll definitely work on it in the future. Please make videos on other tools like Jenkins, Docker, Ansible, AWS, Git, Terraform. Okay. So Ganesh, you've told me you are new to my channel, so that's why you have not noticed it. But I did created an entire series on Jenkins 2 years back. So check that out. It's there in my channel. It's called Jenkins Tutorial for Beginners. Docker, I have created many videos of Docker in the CK playlist. So check it out. Ansible, I have not created much till now, but for AWS, I have few videos. Git was covered somewhat in Azure DevOps series, and for Terraform, I have created some real-time projects with the AKS, one video with Azure, and one video with AWS as well in 10 weeks of CloudOps series. So yeah, so I have created almost videos on every topics, but yes, next is gonna be the Terraform tutorial for beginners with either AWS or Azure. I'm still working on it. Okay. Please make a Terraform with GCP playlist. So that's what I was planning to do earlier, Arijit. But and if you see the latest poll that I have posted yesterday on my channel, I have given the option of AWS with Terraform, Azure with Terraform, and GCP with Terraform. And GCP with Terraform got the least number of votes. So, whatever everyone is demanding, whatever everyone needs, that is what I'll be working on. So, it's going to be either Azure or AWS. Madhup is saying it's just my suggestion. If you create a Terraform with Azure playlist, please create in such a way that it follows company level standards. So Madhup, if you have followed any of my series, be it Azure DevOps, be it CK, you would have already seen that pattern, right? Whatever I create, I just don't create from a hello world example like format, right? I create everything from a industry level perspective, something that would go from beginner level to intermediate level and somewhat to advanced level. And I include real time projects, I include sample tasks, and everything that is needed for you to upskill, plus something that you can learn and get a job out of it. So that's what I always try to do. And yes, that's the same thing that you will expect in the next series as well. Outside noise, hi Piyush, recently discovered you through LinkedIn. Been following your Azure playlist as I'm currently working on Azure networking and want to transition into Azure DevOps. Definitely check out the Azure DevOps playlist. Many people have found it helpful because when I created the playlist, there was a lot of content gap around Azure DevOps. There were not a lot of videos around Azure DevOps. The Microsoft documentation were outdated. I have followed the documentation and still I faced many issues. So that is why I had to create this series and check it out. I am sure you will find it helpful, but make sure you do the hands on, make sure you create the projects by yourself to get the maximum benefit out of it. Okay. Daily code challenge, sir. I have completed cloud engineer path from Google Cloud Skill Boost. How can I create project and I do? Can I get the internship till December? So I really I really actually no one can give you guarantee whether you would get a job or an internship in next few months or not, right? It totally depends on like various factors. It depends on your skills, is it depends on your approach to the market, it depends on your knowledge that you have gained so far, it depends on the market situation currently, and a lot of other factors. But when it comes to the right approach, I have already shared the details, right? So getting certification is one thing. Okay. And you just said you have completed the cloud engineer path, you have not completed the certification. So if you can try to get the certification done, give the exam, try to get yourself certified. And the other question you had, how do I create projects? So check out 10 weeks of cloud ops challenge playlist. It has a GitHub repository as well. It has many project ideas that you can learn and implement. Okay. So do that, implement those projects, create the GitHub repository, blogs, whatever you can, and then use that in your resume. Link those projects in your resume, and that would be helpful. Okay. Piyush Bhai came to say hi. Hello, Vinod Bhai. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Thank you. Thank you for joining the stream. What do you think about LMOps playlist? Uh, Sorry, ML Ops playlist. And sorry for the lots of playlist demands. Yes, Madhub, don't worry about it. Yes. So I don't create something that I don't have experience working with, right? So MLOps, I have worked with a few use cases with MLOps in Google Cloud, specifically to Vertex AI, but I'm still learning, and I think I need some more time so that I could get a good understanding of how it works, and then only I should be able to create something. So maybe another 6 months, 1 year or so that I get a good hands-on experience with AI, MLOps, generative AI, and so on, and then I'll try to create something out of it. Okay, so Ganesh has this question. So this is continuation to what he previously said. I have 2 years gap. Now I am upskilling in DevOps primarily using your channel. Will I be able to secure a job in spite of the gap after a graduation? So Ganesh, it's good that you are upskilling. It's good that you are working towards it, but you have to also keep that in mind that the gap that you have to justify it. When recruiter asks it, you have this 2 years gap, what did you do during that time? You should have some good answers prepared for that. Like, you have used those 2 years in upskilling, you might have some family emergency, or you said you had the asthma condition, so you can explain that. Plus you can explain that what, like, whatever time you got or whatever time you were in your uh, you know healthy condition, how you have used your time to upskill yourself. It could be learning something, it could be doing some online courses, or doing some certifications, or creating some projects. So you should have some artifacts to showcase to them. They Why the gap is considered a bad thing when it comes to hiring is, they just want to make sure that you are not outdated in the market, you are still relevant in the market, your skills and knowledge and experience is still relevant in the market. So that is why they want to make sure that the gap that you had, you have used that gap to upskill yourself, or you have utilized it some way or another, so that you are still relevant in the market. So, try to work on that, and I hope the things will work out for you. But you don't have to lose the patience. uh, you know I don't want to give you a false hopes. It's gonna be somewhat difficult for you, but it's not impossible. You have to keep your goal straight. You have to be consistent in what you are doing, whether it's upskilling or applying for jobs or reaching out to using cold emailing, cold messages. You have to be consistent in that, and you have to make sure that you stay confident and you keep working towards it. there's gonna be a lot of rejections, but you have to fight through it. You have to make sure that you get one acceptance at the end, and that's all what matters, right? So I wish you all the best, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Okay, everybody talks about Arijit is asking, everybody is talks about creating a base with Linux and Bash, but there is not many good playlist for it on YouTube. Can you please make a series from the basics? Yes, Arijit, Linux is also in one of my to-do list because it's one of the important concepts. um, I will be creating that soon after the Terraform. That's what I've planned. So I have a few playlists. Let me tell you this. So I have Terraform, which I'll be doing next. Then I have CKAD. Then I have Linux plus shell scripting, and few other playlists. Plus, there is one more thing that recently came to my notice, that CKA course will be updated. The CKA curriculum will be updated in November of this year, November 2025. So I have to refresh that playlist as well. There's gonna be a few topics that will be added to the playlist. So Helm, Customize, Gateway API, we have CRDs, operators, custom resource definitions. So there are few topics that I've added to the CKA curriculum. So I'll be creating videos on those as well, and that I will be doing before, or during the change that is happening around November 2025. So a lot of work already in my plate, definitely. In one of the interviews, I have explained 3-tier as my project interview side at me. So I really did not understand this. Um, you mean, like, give me the context behind it, right? Like, what was the question that was asked? What did you explain, and how did you explain? And when you say side at you, like, was it like, oh no, another one with the 3-tier architecture, or what was that about? So give me some context, and then we can talk about it. If we talk about how important 3-tier architecture is for any cloud, I had like, when I interviewed with Amazon in Canada, it was uh, a 45-minute case study that was given to me about designing a highly available 3-tier architecture in AWS and explain it to them. So it is really important, and it not just help you with the having your project in your resume. It also helps you with getting that infrastructure and networking knowledge of the cloud. How load balancer work, how auto scaling works, how uh, how do you create a highly available, fault tolerant, and disaster recovery based cluster architecture in AWS or any cloud. How would you create a master and slave architecture of database in AWS? So it helps with many important concepts, including your CDN, including your DNS and whatnot. So provide me more context, and I'll definitely share more things around it. Pramod is asking, is Python necessary for DevOps engineer? It totally depends on the type of role that you are applying to. Sometimes they just mention DevOps engineer as the role in their job description, but it's just a support role, or sometimes it's just a technical analyst kind of role where you have to just create the ticket, monitor it, or where you just have to create some alerts. It totally depends on the project that you are, or the role that you are applying to. But Python is one of the requirements for a DevOps engineer. If you are applying for a big tech company, it is expected for you to have the good understanding of Python, because Python is something that is used to automate various tasks, is to use to create many serverless functions, to create alerts, many other things. So yes, it is one of the requirements, and if you have not learned it yet, I think it is high time you start working on it. Siva Cloud, how many days in Terraform will complete any fixed date? No, Siva, I don't have a date yet. I have not started working on it. So once I start working on it, you will see an announcement video In that video, I will share the details with the GitHub repository, with the topics, with the outline, and with the estimated timelines. Yes, so stay tuned for that. Okay. Okay, so this I have already told to provide more context on. Do you have any DevOps resume template, or can you tell me some free website which are good for free creating resume? So, just give me a second. What I would say, you don't need any fancy resume template, to apply for a job or to get your resume shortlisted. You just have to keep it simple. Don't use any, there are some best practices that you can just use in your resume. Stay consistent with the font, it should be readable. There should not be extra elements in your resume, there should not be irrelevant details. It should be focused on um, the role that you are applying to, right? So I have created two videos on resume. I created it some time back, I guess last year I created those. So check those out. Go to my channel and search resume. You will find two videos. In one of the videos, I have shared a resume template. It's, as I've said, it's not something. I have used that resume template for Google, AWS, and many other companies. It worked well for me, and I never really cared about the ATS score. Because if you keep the thing simple, you don't have to worry about it. You just make sure that your resume has projects, your resume has skills that is required out there to apply for the job. Focus on your skill, focus on your projects rather than the resume template itself. But at the same time, you have to keep it clean, you have to keep it simple, you have to make sure that you are consistent with the font, you have to make sure that it looks professional. It should not look like it's been created by someone who is 5-year old. Don't do that. That's all you need. But do check out those videos if you want more details on that. Android development scope, sorry, this is out of my expertise. I'm not a developer, I'm not a programmer, and I have never done Android development, so I cannot say on anything on that. If you have any question about cloud and DevOps, that then you can ask it. Otherwise, sorry, I cannot help on that. Okay, I'm currently learning AI and ML in audio processing and doing GCP Cloud Skill Boost Lab. Also selected for data professional certification. Should I create some useful website and learn? Yes, definitely. Creating the projects, creating the website is the way to showcase your skills to the recruiter. This is the way you can ensure that the skills that you have gained with the learnings or with the certifications, all those things, you have utilized it to create something meaningful out of it, something that adds some value to someone. So buy a domain, and it could be a cheap domain, doesn't matter, just buy a domain and upload, or create the projects for that. Something as simple as whatever you have learned, audio processing, let's say, a simple projects that convert audio from a specific format to another, or from something that is around video codecs or anything like that, or video streaming website. It could be a simple project, it could be an advanced level project, depends on your level of experience and skills, but definitely yes, you should be doing it. Okay, how different is Terraform in Azure compared to GCP, and is possible to translate the concept in GCP from your Terraform? So there is no difference. Terraform, it's a tool that is cloud provider independent, right? It does not depend on one cloud provider. If you want a vendor specific tool, then for, let's say, for Azure, we have Biceps and ARM template. For AWS, we have CloudFormation. For GCP, we have Deployment Manager, which will be obsolete in the near future. But today we have that. And now the Terraform has this advantage over all these services, because Terraform can work with any supported cloud or any supported provider. So whatever you can do with GCP, let's say you want to create a virtual machine in GCP, and you want to create a virtual machine in Azure, you can do the same. you use a provider, you use a Terraform Google provider, or you use a Azure RM provider, right? And it will have different values, it will have different parameters, but it will do the same thing at the end. So there is not much difference when it comes to which cloud we are working with. It just the syntax will be different, and the provider, what it does, it will make the API call to the services. So let's say you are creating a VM in GCP. So when you are using a GCP provider, it will call the GCP GCE API, Google Compute Engine API, to provision that resource for you. In Azure, it will call the Azure Virtual Machine API, or whichever API they have, and it will create or manage the resource for you. But that's the only difference. Okay, I guess. Okay, thank you so much, Ganesh. Thank you. I wish we have more time. But I have to go now. It's 4:30 p.m. for me, and I have to rush to the daycare to pick up my daughter from there. She will be waiting for me. So I'm gonna conclude this stream now. As I've told you, it was supposed to be a short stream. So I'm glad we did, and I hope you found it valuable. And I will see everyone soon. I will see everyone soon with the announcement, with the next series, with the like whatever is coming next. So I'll be planning those content soon. So thank you so much, and I wish everyone have a good day, good night. Take care. Thank you.